Okay, right here.
Yeah, would you ever star in a samurai anime?
Oh yeah. Would I ever be in a samurai anime?
Yeah, like Samurai Tsubakyo.
Sure. I'll be in just about any anime if it's not a bad one. But yeah, I mean, sure. In fact, how many of you have seen, what's the name of that? Utaware Ramona. That's a good show, right? Banawi, yes. That's a good one. Peacemaker? Another good one. Okay, all the way over here in the end, in the black. Yes.
How was it like playing Kogaiji for Sayuki?
Sleeping. Hey, you want to know something about her? This is so cool, you guys. This is Britt, and she's a very good friend of mine. She's a sweet friend. She's been a ranger and a friend for a long time. She shows up at a lot of conventions, and we're good buddies. And she is an amazing goalie in soccer. Did you get a scholarship? She's like scholarship material, okay? Well, I played soccer growing up in college, in high school and college, and I love soccer. So she and I have been talking for a long time about, yeah, come on out, I'll kick your butt. And she's like, man, we should play soccer sometime, and I'll stop your kicks. Blah. She's awesome. We've been talking about it. So far, it was just a bunch of talk, just fun. Well, she writes me, when was it? A couple weeks ago, and she said, I hope you're bringing your cleats to Tora-Con. And I'm like, oh, no, you didn't. Because you guys have soccer fields right out here,
Oh, yeah.
So, you know it. I packed my cleats. Now, can I just make a little disclaimer here? The last time I kicked a ball, she wasn't born yet. Okay? I'm serious. And last year, I tore my ACL playing ball, and I had to have it repaired. So I don't really have the same kick that I used to. But exactly. But we went out today on your fields and kicked the soccer ball around, and I had so much fun. I haven't done it in so long. And I want to say, I love Britt. Thank you. Thanks for letting us use your fields. It was awesome, wasn't it? It was like being a kid again, but I'm not. But I liked it. What was the question now? Where was she?
What was it like playing Kogaiji?
I love Sayuki. That was one of the first shows I ever did. And I loved Kugashi. You want to hear a funny Sayuki story? When Stephen Foster called me in to audition for Sayuki, he said, okay, Vic, there's this character I want you to play, but I don't know if you'll play him or not because he swears all the time, he smokes, he's like really bad. He's not a really good role model, but I don't know if you'll play him or not because you're Christian and all. But, maybe you will. So, I don't know. And I said, well, Stephen, let me see him. What's his name? His name is Gojo. And so I said, well, let's take a look. And I opened up the script, and we started looking at... What? What? No, that's Goku, Son Goku. But Gojo, anyway, so I read some of the lines, and I said to Steven, no, I don't feel good about this. I don't think I could do this. And he went, okay, I was afraid you'd say that. Okay, play this character here, Kugashi. So that's how I ended up playing Kugashi. And I loved Kugashi because he's one of those bad guys that's not really bad. Sometimes you have bad guys that are just plain bad, right? You know what I mean? And she nods the camera, yes. But Kugashi was more complicated than that. And that's why a lot of actors like playing bad guys. A lot of actors like playing bad guys because bad guys are often more complicated. They're usually reasons why they turned bad or why they do what they do. How many of you, when you first met Scar, thought he was a bad guy? I did. I thought, oh my gosh, this guy is just downright bad. He's evil. And then you find out what his motivations were, why he was doing what he was doing. You're like, okay, I kind of see that. I kind of get why he's being the way he is. Or Envy. Everybody thinks the whole series Envy is like from the pit of hell. I mean, she's like the worst, most evil person. I'm sorry. When I say Envy, I think of Wendy Powell, and she's a she. She voiced Envy. But you think he's this horrible character, and then when you find out at the very end what drives him, for such vengeance and hatred, you're like, wow, I kind of see that. I can kind of imagine how hard that would be. So that's why a lot of actors love playing bad guys, because they have a much more complex kind of a background to them. Yes?
I know you don't get to see a lot of the other voice actors in anime.
Right.
You only get to meet them during conventions, but are you guys like really tight and friendly and keep in touch with each other all the time?
First of all, somebody asked me just last week, are you friends with, who are some of your best friends, voice actor friends? There are too many to list. Caitlin and I are very good friends. Scott McNeil and I are very good friends. Travis and I are great friends. Laura Bailey, Colleen Klinkenbeard, Todd Havercorn, Mike McFarlane, Chris Sabat, Chris Patton, Greg Ayers, Monica Rial. There's so many that I love to death, and I consider them very, very good friends. I can't, Steve Bloom, Wendy Lee, Mary Elizabeth, Yuri Lowenthal, Johnny Bosch. I mean, there are a million that I love. And the funny thing is, as you said, we don't ever even meet each other, you guys, when we record. We all record alone. Remember the first thing I said at the beginning about Dean Angel and having met Kevin Korn for the first time and we did a commentary? He and I had done 3 or 4 shows together. I'd never met him. So we don't meet each other when we record. But you know what's cool? You feel like you know the person. When I met Travis for the first time, we were halfway through Full Metal Alchemist before I ever met him. But I felt like I knew him, you know, because we had this common bond. And we were friends instantly. So, yeah, even though we don't hang out together all the time, the work that we do and when we get together at conventions, we have a great time together. I consider them all very good friends. Yes?
How is it like working on Trinity Blood?
Trinity Blood. I really like Trinity Blood. I was sorry that Virgil Walsh didn't have a bigger role, but he was a pretty cool looking guy. I liked him a lot. Yes, Trinity Blood was awesome. Okay, do this for me. If you've already asked a question, don't put your hand up, because I want to get to the people that I want to get to as many